feel I'm done, and I am cursed by every day till my time is gone. I've never felt this way before, and now I know this all for sure. I won't forget your last betray. I'll never forget this day. 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 I'm gonna throw my memories away. Now I feel I'm done, and I'm cursed by every day till my time is gone. I've never felt this way before, and now I know this all. I won't forget your last betrayal.
Chad, baby. Why is it so soft in my ear? Miles, how's it going, my brother?
Like my brother Chad, what are we saying? Fresh Monday. How was your weekend, Chris?
No, my weekend was good. I spent a lot of time just sitting back, growing this mustache in the corner.
Nice. I see it. I actually see it because I didn't see you Friday, so definitely
thing
grew over
is-
the weekend.
This thing is starting to grow a personality of its own. This music, I think we're going to have to fight through it a little bit. Let me just... Yo, let's just slow it down a bit here. So you say you had a lacquer weekend?
Dude, I had
Refreshed.
an awesome weekend. Nice and refreshing.
Saw you guys were at, was it Swords?
Yeah, we did
Yesterday.
a solid sunset last night.
Oh, beautiful,
Yeah, that was nice.
beautiful.
Just to chill it off.
No, it's
Hitting the
like,
game for Monday.
How's the? But the weather was good, eh? No wind or.
Look,
was
it was a bit windy like when we just got there, but it did die down eventually. No, I'm lying. It actually got worse as the
Oh.
sun set. So it was okay. It was nice. But
But Chad, listen here. All of the positive feedback I've received from having this stash, I might just pull it through till the end of the year. I had a lot of positive feedback. You as well.
same, dude.
A lot of positive feedback. People saying, Chris, it really suits you. It looks good. Nobody ever said you look like a serial killer or any of that. So I might. Nah, I'm honest, dude. I had bad feedback about the stash.
For real?
Yeah, I know. People were like, dude, what are you doing?
What's saying Jeffrey Dahmer?
And yeah, semi South African. Imagine Bakkies Botha was Jeffrey Dahmer. But Chad, should we pull it through till the end of the year? Let me know. I feel like Miles' one is very it's very precise. It doesn't have like a lot of volume to it, so I feel like you can get away with a lot when it's that size.
Yeah, I don't want it too big, so I'm like
Yeah.
chopping it every time it gets a bit too large.
All right, so keep it, Chris. All right. Rix, your cap is getting sent off today. Friday was a little bit busy, but I'm literally off the stream sending it to you. And Chad, I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Last week, solid week. I think we can't have any complaints. Last week, had a beautiful week. And this week, nothing's going to change. Still going to follow a process, win or lose. End of the day, that's all we can do. But before we start, as every single day, we're going to start off the day the right way. And we're going to start off with our prayer. And hope you guys are ready for it. Father, we just want to thank you for bringing all of us back here safely on this beautiful Monday morning, and I pray that you will be with us. Father, we just invite you into the session. I pray that you will give myself and Miles wisdom, insight, clear mind, Father, and we just pray that you will be with us for the rest of the week. You say in your word that you are the Alpha, the Omega, beginning and the end. You know the end from the beginning and the beginning from the end. So we know you are already there. We don't have to fear or fret. And we just want to thank you for every good and faithful gift that comes from your hand, Father. We just pray that whatever we do shall bring glory to your name. And if we fall short, Father, thank you that we can know that your grace and your mercy that is abundantly available to us, that we can just fall back on that if we fall short, Father. And we pray this and we ask this not because we deserve it, because we don't deserve it. We are sinful by nature and sinfully into this world we were brought, but just because of your grace and your mercy that is new every single day, Father. And I pray this and I ask this in the mighty name of Jesus. And if you believe it, you guys can drop an amen right now in the chat. That is your cue now to drop an amen. Amen. Thanks, Miles, for...
Just before you run into your analysis there, Chris.
Don't tell me we're already trading.
I just want to give you a zone. If we close in the next 7 minutes beneath 25.83 on gold, I'm ready for some shorts here. So
yeah, this man does not even give us a chance to settle in here. This man
so I just thought I'll let you know.
Okay, what time frame? 15?
15 closure beneath in the next couple minutes. What is that?
All
7
right.
minutes. Looking
7
for the closure
minutes.
beneath 25.83. Yeah.
Let me just check quickly here. Looking for some sells. No bottom wick on the daily. We've got a nice daily zone. Sorry, Chad. I know you guys are salivating to get a trade. So if you can get it before the opening bell even. 15 minutes, you say, eh?
Yeah, so it's coming off for the idea that weekly and daily don't have a bottom wick. You are bearish within the structure. Then your 4 hour has actually went and closed above the level. So this is pure price action where you have that resistance. Now, even if this is bullish or bearish, at this point, it doesn't matter. Because more than likely, if it breaks, it's going to retest. So all I'm going to do is trade the retest. Waiting for that 15 close beneath the level. And then I'm looking to pull that trigger. Obviously, the conservative entry is going to be beneath that 4 hour lows just over there. But I feel like that might be a bit too late for me to enter. So I'm going to pull the trigger if this 15 minute can close beneath, anticipating a wick fall of the candle on the left-hand side.
And you wouldn't first... okay, obviously, closure below. I see the minor structure break. You're going to wait for your top wick. You're going to wait for that break. You don't physically want to first see a break below, a retest failing, and then a re-break.
Look, that'll be nice. If price stalls for that point, that'll be nice. But if we can gauge upon momentum now, we can start trading beneath here. I'm gonna pull that trigger.
All right, Chad. I see what he sees. I'm just gonna go before we. I've got exactly the same zone. This is a daily zone that Miles has got. Just to show you guys quickly on the daily. These are the daily zones we've been using this entire week. Last week, we actually took 2 trades last week as well from these daily zones. Thursday and Friday. I see what Miles is seeing. Previous daily I was taking no test there, so as a minimum 2576. There's that level Miles is also referring to. You can see since Asia highs, we've been forming lower lows, lower highs, so there is a definite bearish order flow. But yeah, I see it. I like it. Also, if you go to the 4 hour, I'm just trying to quickly do my rapid fire. Yes, so on the 4 hour, there's your breakout area. So you would expect price to go and retest that breakout area as well. So awesome, Miles. You will keep us updated. 15-minute candle closure below that zone. And there is your pre-market low that we can go for. Chat, but before we start, let's get straight into the economic calendar for the week. I'm just going to do today. I just want to browse through what's on for the rest of the week. So we've got some CPI on Wednesday, £4. Give me 1 second here. Wednesday CPI. Thursday, PMIs. So relatively not the biggest week. Friday, we've got a lot of PMIs coming out of the Eurozone. So I want to say almost... There is data, but it's not the biggest econ week for us. So, all right, there we go. Chat, so just for the rest of the session, we don't actually have too much to be concerned about. We just have the Gwendor speaking in 34 minutes. And then Laggard later tonight. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Miles, just keep me on
I'll keep you posted.
on short alert there. Chad, DXY weekly still bullish. Nothing has changed. We actually closed bullish right at this previous area where we topped out last year. So this is going to be the week of the dollar bulls. They're going to need to hold above firstly, and they're going to need to hold above this week. All right. Otherwise, if they fail here, guys are going to get concerned. We're going to have something like last year as well. So first daily rejection now, and I'm not bearish yet on the daily because we can just re-break these highs, but I will get bearish once we've got a confirmed resistance. A confirmed resistance for me is 2 consecutive daily candle closures that are bearish or bullish at a support or a resistance level. All right, so Lyndon, beautiful, my brother. Thank you so much for that dono, starting us off the right way here.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Okay, there we go. 5-minute time frame. What do we have? Asia low still intact. Asia high still intact. Trading around that key level. Chad, this is the level that we need to monitor this morning. So I'm still neutral here on the lower time frames. No advantage points as of yet. US 30 weekly, let's quickly look at it. Last week, very strong bearish close. I can see this as a potential swing high formation, Chad. Why do I say that? We took a previous daily high. We didn't engulf that a previous weekly high. We didn't engulf this very strong bearish one. So the only thing you need to be concerned about this entire week is that previous weekly low, Chad. If I can make a note here, again, not financial advice, but for me personally, this is the only level that I am concerned about for the rest of the week, all right? Because this is where 2 things could potentially happen. We're going to break that previous weekly low. We're just going to retest this breakout area, and price is just going to snap back immediately above it, taking all of that liquidity, breakout traders that's trying to catch the low, and we are going to go back to the upside. Or what's going to happen, it's going to break it and it's going to fake back into this range. All right,
Be ready there, Chris.
Be ready. Let's go. Okay, we'll come back to the analysis, Chad.
Just wait for that topic, and then I'm looking for entry now. 25, 82, 25. 25? Yeah, 25, 82.25. Stop loss is going to be 30 pips. And then what you want is the wick flow of this candle. If we get that, that's going to be awesome. However, 10 is 10.
2582.2. Or did you say
25, 82.25.
Okay.
Stop loss 25, 85, 30.
I was just going with sell stop,
I'm going to do the same.
just so I can get the rest of the analysis.
So I've got sell stops now 25, 82.25. And then stop loss 25, 85.30. TP1 25, 81.25. And then obviously, guys, this is not financial advice. This is purely just my trade, the trade that I take according to my strategy and my analysis. This is purely just for education and entertainment purposes only. Let's see what's in store.
All right, chat. I'm just going to go split screen. There's the trade. Miles will keep us updated as we go. Back to US 30, as mentioned, previous weekly low. That's going to be the key for me. The daily now has broken back into this range. We were bearish on Friday. Daily today is still bearish. Weekly for me is neutral. Like I mentioned, 2 things can happen here. So daily bearish, weekly neutral. Okay, lower time frames. What do we have here? Asia high still intact, Asia low still intact. There's that previous daily low, which is also the previous weekly low. And all you need to be focused on is what's going to happen at these 2 zones, chat. This is very important. make a note for yourself that previous weekly low, how price trades around it, is super, super important. Nasdaq on the weekly, what do we have? We've got a very, again, taking a previous weekly high, yearly R2. Let me just show daily and weekly pivots. We've got a very strong bearish candle after taking the highs, coming back. But the only thing for me is I'm going to be neutral as well, because we closed bearish right up against this level right here. Okay, so that is quite tricky for me. On the weekly, that's why I'm going neutral. Daily as well, still bearish. This is that daily zone we spoke about on Friday. We've closed right back into it. And now the idea is this weekly zone here. Let's just refine it a little bit. This weekly zone up here. And then if we start breaking that, we are going all the way down to go and fill out this range. So very similar to what we had on gold. We're just going to trade it range by range. Okay, Chad, that's very, very simple. That's all we really do. We trade support and resistance. Everyone trades support and resistance. It's just a fundamental thing. Asia highs have been taken. There's your daily pivot. Very simple now for me. Your 200 EMA is up there. There's your daily pivot. There's your monthly R1. So 2 zones to monitor. Okay. 2 zones to monitor there. Gold, let's quickly check the weekly strong bearish. There's your yearly R3, and then after that I'm expecting gold, if we start breaking down 2500, 2514, we could be trading here somewhere later this week. That yearly R3 is going to be the first one to go through. We already tested the weekly pivot, Chad, believe it or not, already tested. Daily time frame now is a little bit spicy, and I'm going to say it's spicy because of the following reasons. We took the previous daily high. No bottom wick on this daily. We rejected the weekly pivot. Okay, so I'm going to be very honest with you guys. We're taking a short now, but the main level that I want to be focusing on a little bit later is what we do here at the daily R1 and the previous daily high. Chad, that's going to tell me a lot about what gold is going to do. If we fail here, that is very, very bearish. There's your daily R2. So daily R3 already tapped during Asia. So I'm expecting if we can start holding above the daily R2, we can see a nice bullish continuation a little bit later in the session. And if we hold this zone down here, we can still see a bullish continuation. Otherwise, what's going to happen is we're going to come all the way back down to this daily pivot, and we're going to go close that Sunday gap there. All right. Sunday gap could be closed. So that is gold for me. These 2 zones, that is also my daily zone. Similar to what we had the other day. There's my daily zone there. And there's my daily R2. So these 2 ranges, whichever one breaks first, I'm going to go for. If we break above daily R2, I'm going back to R3. So gold, relatively simple here this morning. I don't expect any surprises. And then GU on the weekly, let's quickly look at it. Beautiful, beautiful break last week out of all of that consolidation. I'm still bearish on GU. How deep this weekly pullback is going to be, I don't know. The daily as well, it's Chad, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight days of downward price action. I don't know how long this can be sustained. I'm not going to try and all of a sudden buy it now, but there could be a pullback one of these days. So I'm just letting you guys know. Don't get too stuck on the bearish momentum. The daily, okay, we spoke about the daily. These are 2 daily key levels. The 5 minute, let's check the 5 minute real quick. There's your daily pivot. Asia high still intact, Asia low still intact. I want to say, Chad, for me personally, I want to see what we do at this key level there. If we can get a nice rejection, I could go for this lower target. If we start breaking through there, I want to see what we do at the daily pivot. All right. But currently a little bit messy for me. I'm not going to lie. This is very, very messy. GU for me, I don't necessarily like any of this price action. I almost just want to say I'm going to stay out of it for the rest of the day. It's not clean. And then last but not least, we've got GJ weekly. I am bearish on the week. I was bearish last week because we had a confirmed resistance there. I am also now bearish because we closed right back into this range. So as soon as this starts flipping bearish on the weekly, starts breaking the previous weekly low, you could see us trading to go and fill out this range down here, Chad. So that is the idea on GJ. And GJ is also at the weekly pivot, already rejected, monthly pivot. And on the lower time frames, what do we have? Asia are still intact. There's your daily key level. Is that your daily or your weekly? That's actually your weekly. Let me just refine it a bit for us. That is quite a big level. I'm gonna do something like that just to give us a zone. Okay, there we go. So, beautiful, beautiful. So GJ, very simple for me. 195 breaks below here. Nice little retest, and I will go short on this baby this morning. Then we below that weekly zone, monthly pivot below, weekly pivot, daily pivot. Very, very simple. 195, we're going for previous daily low. And that is the rapid fire analysis, Chad. Feel free to drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you've not done so. It helps the channel. Alrighty.
Okay, so we're obviously coming to that London Open in the next 5 minutes. If I'm not in the trade by then, what I want on this 15 is a weak bullish close. Next hand to tap in and engulf everything and just start driving down. That's going to be soon to be released type 5 entry.
So when do you delete? If you 2 minutes before the open, 1 minute, wait for the open?
No, we're not going to delete.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure. I like it.
If it takes us, it takes us. Because for me at this point, if it's going to break lows, there's no reason why it should come back up. Especially after breaking the previous high already on the 15. Because that for me is me seeing that price is grabbing liquidity. So from that point, it should just continue further down if it does break the low of the previous 15.
Alrighty. Let's see. It is getting close. It is getting close. I'm just going to get some headlines for us here. Geopolitical. U.S. mediator Amos Hochstein is to travel to Beirut on Tuesday, according to Reuters, citing Lebanese media. A lot of geopolitical headlines. Sky News Arabia noted its source stated Hezbollah military commander killed in a raid on Lebanon's Beirut. Iranian deputy foreign minister says coercion and intimidation will not resolve Iran-West dispute over Tehran's nuclear program. Iran keeps the door open to talks with U.S. President-elect Trump, and its deputy foreign minister noted that Iran favors negotiations but will not yield to maximum pressure strategy. And we are in.
Okay, guys, so that is me in gold shorts at the moment. Yeah, entry was that 25, 82, 25. TP1, 85, 81, 25. At this point, she should just continue going further down. There's no reason why it should come back up. Because now you're starting to see that you've closed beneath, you've grabbed liquidity, you've actually broken highs, so which is a deeper grab liquidity. Now breaking lows, it should continue further down. At least to fill the wick. So let's see.
All right, chat. Quite a bit of geopolitical headlines. Philippines, defense minister says U.S. presence in the Indo-Pacific region is essential for peace and stability. U.S. and Philippines are to sign military intelligence sharing deal with U.S. Defense Secretary underscores ironclad commitment to the Philippines. Yeah, I don't know, Miles. Miles is all about getting the... Okay, yeah, sweet. Well, someone send it to you now. Axios reports U.S. President Biden's decision to allow Ukraine to use long-range missiles to hit the Russian depth was communicated to Kyiv about 3 days ago. While the motive behind the decision is to deter North Korea from sending more troops to Russia. Chad, the list goes on. So that is why you would have seen this gold pump over the Asian session. And that little gap up, quite a bit of geopolitical uncertainty going on. So just letting you guys know that is the reason that we've got all of this gold momentum. But markets are going to open up here in 1 minute. Hope you guys are ready for a bang of a week. And let me just do this quickly. Bring the volume up. Lyndon, thanks so much for that dono, my brother. Lyndon already sowing seeds of good for the week. And I hope you guys are ready. Fundamentals going crazy. Yeah. Fundamentals. Here's the thing there, Dylan. A lot of times, we've said it before, the market is going to react to these headlines. They're going to see, okay, it's not that bad. And then you get gold dropping off that. So you got the initial reaction, everyone is hedging bets, and then straight afterwards it's like, okay, it's not that bad, there's some mediation going on. So that's the only concern. If you've got a pop from something that's geopolitically driven, what is the sustained effect? If the outcome is favorable, then obviously that pop you got on gold is just going to be completely erased. Okay, so Chad, markets are open and in motion, baby. This is the official round 1 for the new week. Hope you guys are ready. Ding, 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 ding.
Round 1, fight.
Okay, guys, so that is that open there on London. I don't like that there's no top wick. Could push down first. However, it's nothing that's going to make me want to close the position. I've got my 30 close beneath as well. Look, as long as we don't break 25.84, the trade is valid. The trade will still be valid. I just don't like that we opened up and came down first. But either way, that would be entry criteria for me. What I do like to see on that 30 is that continuous lower lows and lower highs in the candlesticks itself. That is very nice to see. We literally just need to continue that direction now.
Reason bullish for me is because last week had no pullbacks to take out any highs or lows, just full 75. Yeah, Dylan, like I said, that's why on Thursday and Friday, both my trades were buys, going with the idea that we're going to pull back. I actually thought Thursday, Friday we're going to get some type of doji bullish daily candle just to like pause, even just stay in a range. Maybe today's that day we get a nice little doji bullish candle just to like pause price a little bit, even maybe 2 bullish days, just to give us a support that could be broken on the daily time frame. So But yeah, this gold trade, I feel as a minimum that previous daily highs should be tested. That's also where the 200 EMA is. And that's going to tell us a lot about this move to the upside. What is the strength of it? What is the integrity of the move? If it holds there, then we can have a very nice move all the way back to the upside. Dollar index still closely held within this range. I'm just going to go split screen real quick here. Split screen here. Chat, dollar still at that zone. We mentioned we're going to see what the dollar is going to do there. US 30 back at Asia lows. Previous daily low. Very likely to get tapped. That is also our previous daily low, previous weekly low. As mentioned, there we go. There's that drop into it. Let's monitor that zone right there. Nasdaq monthly R1, as mentioned. Let's monitor what's going to happen between these two zones. Things are looking relatively bearish, so let's monitor daily pivot. No test on it as of yet, but the monthly R1 looking like it wants to hold as resistance. Gold holding below that daily R2. That green zone is my daily zone. Currently looking like we want to hold that. Look there, Chad. Look left with me. That was that previous daily resistance formed on the 17th of September. All right, so looking like price wants to hold above there. If price holds above here, potential buys from the daily R2. I wouldn't buy from here. I would purely wait for price action to give me something above the daily R2. Otherwise, if we start breaking below here, very likely you will see daily R1 being tested a little bit later. And this is also that previous daily high, which I feel we not have to, but it will just add a lot of validity to the long side. All right, so that is the idea here. GU, all right, GU, no test there as of yet. Key level down here. GU, I'm not a fan of, Chad. I'm going to be very honest with you. GU is not the trade for me. GJ is relatively clean. We've got the monthly pivot. We've got 195. I'm actually going to, oh, damn. I'm actually going to set some alerts at 195 for me, all right? 195, that for me is a very nice trade that I can potentially look at. So that is the rapid fire analysis. I just need to cloth. I will be back right now.
Oh shit.
I almost threw all of my coffee out here.
Miles, you take an order on? An order on? What are we ordering? Ordering sushi? What are we doing? But yeah, boys, I'm still in this trade. Just waiting to see how it plays out. London, the weekend was really good, dude. I had an awesome, refreshing weekend, actually. I had a really nice weekend, my brother. And yours, how was your weekend? I took it quite easy this weekend. Yeah, I took it relatively easy. Gold is obviously in its little 5-minute range at the moment, which is highs and lows. I'm still going to stand with sells. There's no reason why I could see it buy until it closes above this level. So while it's still beneath here, it's gonna sell. However, if it closes above there, then the trade becomes invalidated. So until then, I'll just sit on my hands. Lacquer, man, jeez, I actually haven't went fishing in, I'm gonna say years, dude. I haven't been in a minute. MFX members in the Zoom, are we good? You guys fine? Perfect. GJ.
All right, how the boys feeling? Some early Monday morning manipulation, facing some manipulation, yeah.
I think what's manipulating me is that aircon right now.
Nah, put it off. That was quite hot in here this morning.
Yeah, no, look, when I walked in, it was perfect. I needed that. But now it feels like I'm at the doctor's office.
Oh, they usually that cold.
Phew, well, the doctor that I go to, you know, there, he's trying to freeze all the germs in that place.
Do you believe in that thing where they say aircon? That Afrikaans chat just wants to aircon.
Aircon.
Aircon. Do you think it causes flu? A lot of people are like, yeah, if you sleep under the aircon, it's going to give you flu.
I don't think so. It depends. Look, for me, if I sleep with no t-shirt and a fan on, I'll well wake up the next morning full of sinus.
Really?
100%.
Okay, so I've seen this, and I'm going to be very honest with the chat. If you sleep without a shirt, even with no fan, whatever, for some reason that chalks your system.
Yeah, 100%.
Just without a shirt.
That's what happens to me. I'll wake
The
up and I
guys
have
would say,
sinus.
can I call Blaya sloppy?
I literally wake up and like, even if I have a blanket over me, I'll wake up and I'll still feel my sinus is acting up.
Alrighty, Chad. What's going on here? Yeah, DXY holding that daily pivot now, getting back above that daily key zone. US 30, previous daily low, previous weekly low, Chad. It's a big one. Yeah, right here. There's Asia lows. There's that previous daily low. Monitor that level, Chad. NASDAQ looking like it wants to reject that monthly R1. Gold, that daily key zone, looking like we're holding it. I think we are solid if we can break below it. 25.85, that's our half round number we've got up there, and then we've got 25.80 down here. What now? Len poepreek.
I can't deal. Poop slave.
So these are our zones. We got to get below this 25.8270 on gold. So we'll see there. GU, what is GJ doing? Okay, GJ is still holding a. Yeah, no, Chad.
Okay, we're all breaking that 30 highs now. That's the area that I didn't want us to break.
There's also that 15-minute retest. If we can survive it.
Can we survive?
Yeah, Chad. If we survive this, or if we don't, daily R2, that is a potential position I'm looking at. But also on the 15, this is that previous break zone. So you can see from these highs, the lows have been getting lower. And if we start breaking back above here, we are basically flipping the structure. All right. If you go on the line chart, then we'll be breaking that last low high. And then after that, price can now start to move its way back, then all of this was purely a pullback for this bullish momentum we've got. I'm out. Okay, chat, I'm out of the trade.
Okay, that's my stop loss here, guys. So that's minus 30 this morning. It just seems like price could not go and fill this week on the left hand side, which is quite surprising. I don't think it's going to buy as of yet. We need closure above to actually really say that. But with price starting to engulf at previous 30, that for me was like something I didn't want to see. So that's why I had that stop right there.
GJ, yeah, I'll also say you can't get bullish on gold.
Yeah, it's not bullish for me. I would only look for buys above the level 25.8769 because we could still tap into this resistance and continue down. So you have this level there. If price closes above there, then longs would be interesting. But right now, no.
Chad, just now, global news. US officials told Israel that the delay in arms transfers was due to criticism of Washington's civilian harm in Lebanon and Gaza. That was literally 1 minute ago. I'm not 100% sure. I just want to see what this is about. Okay, there you are too, Chad. That's the zone for me that I will be monitoring. Other than that, the rest of price is just contained at this stage. Okay, there's that previous weekly low. Like I mentioned, keep a keen eye on that. Chris, where would you consider going bullish on GU once price? London, for me personally, GU is this I don't like. The reason I say that is because we formed a nice high during Asia. We pulled back. We came back to the session highs. We failed there. Yes, London, I almost want to say for me to really get bullish here. Let me just delete this. I almost want to say London above here only, the 50. And the reason I say that is that if you look at the 50 here, is that we will be trading above this key zone. We will be trading above the 200. The reason I wouldn't want to look bullish here is because there's not enough range to trade to that daily pivot. That's 4 pips. Then from your daily pivot up to Asia highs is like another 4 pips. So that's 8 pips. So if we can hold above all of this, re-hold Asia lows, get above the EQ, get above 2650, that for me is going to be a very clean move to the upside. Then from there, looking left, we can start correcting this massive downside move from Friday. So I'm going to say 2650. I'm actually going to set an alert there as well. Anything in between is going to be very choppy for me, and I don't want to get involved in that. And then the shorts I will consider below Asia lows, just purely because that previous daily low will become a very easy target, 12600 as well. But yeah, that is my idea there on price. And then GJ, I'm liking the short idea below 195. I'm really liking that short idea, and the only way I can really get bullish on this is if we can hold above this monthly pivot on a 15 and a 30, like some type of, let's say this 15 closes bearish holding above, and then we break this little range here then I can look for that daily pivot, monthly pivot. But other than that, 195 could be a nice clean shot to the downside. And then gold, very simple here. Break above the daily R2, nice little retest, minor structure break there, and we can consider some long positions going back into that weekly pivot, daily R3. Otherwise, if we reject here again, that could be a move for us to potentially go to the downside. How's the 30? Yeah. What I even will consider as well here on gold, Chad, is if gold closes bullish like this. Who's this? Hello? In the playbook exclamation Discord, this is a reversal play for me as well. But I'm going to need to see the 30-minute close. I'm going to need to see a bottom wick tapping actually into that daily R2 and then a break of the high. The giveaway here, but I still feel like the previous daily high could be tested. But for me personally, the giveaway here on gold is once we start breaking previous daily highs, that is usually a time for me to start looking bullish. But again, also we have to hold the retest. Maybe you can consider that during Asia to be the retest of that previous daily high, so we don't necessarily need to come back there. And then also now, looking at this right here, can you guys see my screen? Yeah. If you look at the time it took for price to go from these lows to these highs, and then the time it took for price to correct about 50% of that, 38.2, that gives you the idea that this was all corrective and you could get another leg up. Okay, so we're just gonna wait here, Chad. I want to get a little bit into the chat. Thank you, Chris, for the nugget, brother. Really appreciate it. How's that bullish push from Friday where everyone said it's going short? Myself and another chat member said it's bull. When was this, Brian? Friday, gold. Which instrument are you referring to? Yo, chat, I didn't trade on Friday.
Who was on stream on Friday?
Just Keegs. Let me just get aircon under 20 degrees is life. I have to be honest, at home, I put the aircon on sleep mode, so it's like a very subtle, it just keeps like the room
like a breeze there.
Yes. I gave up on forex pairs, they just moved too slow. Dylan, there are some forex pairs that, depending on where you're trading from, that's the big thing. I feel like guys sometimes forget contextually, if you trade from some key levels, price can move. But if you're trading in between, Chris G will be spicy from the 12650. That's also a breakout level if we can get it. Yes, Nila, I like that level. That's why I think personally for me on GU, anything inside here could be, it could be messy. But that 12650, as Nila mentions, look at that. That was a support on Thursday. The entire Thursday it held as support, and on Friday after it got broken. So that 2650, you had a lot of momentum away from it. So you can see all of that momentum away from it, like big momentum, testing it once and gone. So now, once you go back there, what is the reaction going to be like? Is it going to be like exactly the same, but to the opposite side? Like what you had here, boom, gone, or is all of this a fake out for price to hold above and then start moving to the upside? So yeah, that 12650 is a very, very nice level. Let's check your Miles. Did you already take an order? When you say you'll buy gold at an area, not worry about no bottom wick on the Clive, I'm always concerned about that. I'm going to be honest with you. When a candle doesn't have a top or a bottom wick, my idea always is, or not my idea, there's always that thing in the back of my mind that at any stage, this daily can drive all the way down to go and create a bottom wick. So I'm not a fan of this. The guys know me. I'm not a fan of no top wicks or bottom wicks, because here's the thing with this daily on gold. This daily on gold, you're looking at it now and it's looking super bullish. Later this afternoon at 4, this thing could have flipped bearish and could be trading down here. You hear what I'm saying? So that's the only concern for me, and I think with Miles as well. When we see a candle with no top or bottom wick, it's always that idea that even if it just creates a little bottom wick and flips, it can go bearish this daily. As bullish as it looks now, for sure, later this afternoon, this thing could be super bearish. And you could think back to this morning thinking, damn, that thing was hella bullish this morning. What happened now? So no, I'm not a fan of a no top wick or no bottom wick. But a lot of times it also shouldn't keep you out of a trade if price action is showing you something. Chad, very ugly 15 close here. Very, very ugly. How's the 30 gonna close?
The unfortunate Chris Miles, what is the one thing you kept on doing wrong but finally corrected, which led to success in trading if you look back? There's actually a couple of things. I think the first thing was to look at trading as a business and not just something that's going to make me money on the side. That was the first thing. The second thing was realistic expectations, and that is why I'm a 10 pip guy. Compounding 10 pips for me personally is more lucrative than hoping and dreaming that every day I can get 50 pips or 55 pips or 60 pips, whatever. Was just being realistic with myself, man. Where's the medium? What do I need every day, every week, every month, yearly to make it a sustainable thing for me? I think that was a big thing for me. But there was many things actually. It wasn't just one thing that led to the success for me.
Rian, like I said, I was maybe unlucky having a lot of success early on, and I think that to some extent was, I wouldn't really say, yeah, you could say it was a little detrimental to my trading. But later on, what I realized is that less is more. And it's not a quantities game. I told you guys, there were times when I analyzed like 60 pairs. It would take me 2 hours just to do a simple analysis on each. And then when I've run through them, it's like now I start monitoring all of them. And Miles, I think, mentioned in his podcast as well, 5 set up. Now, which one do you take? Now, in that time, you're thinking, take this one. Now you take the one that doesn't play out. And now next time, like, I must take all of them. Now I take all of them don't play out. Now it's just this death loop. And that's when I realized less is more.
100%, yeah.
Less is definitely more in trading.
I get that question a lot, but for real though, like it wasn't just, I don't know about you, Chris, but for me it wasn't like.
No, it's a culmination of things.
Yeah,
it's a culmination of
many different things that eventually when I look back, I was like, oh my word, we're at this point now. It wasn't like, okay, let me learn supply and demand, that's going to change my life. It wasn't that.
Chad, if we close here, if we close this little blue line here, that is that 30-minute just looking left here. So I want to see a break above both of these. And if I then get a bottom wick first, retesting that daily R2, I'm going to take it on the flip and I'm going to go for that wick fill, and then with the potential to actually go and retest the daily R3 and the weekly pivot. This setup here, if you go exclamation Discord, you guys will see it in the playbook there. This is a reversal setup for me. And why is it a reversal setup? If you go on a line chart on the 30, the 15, you'll see that we've been making lower lows, lower highs. And that was the last lower high that you would expect to create a new low. So that was our expectation from here. We were expecting price to continue to create a new low and then to only pull back. But now what has happened is we've actually engulfed all of that price action with the 30-minute candle. We've got a nice wick fill to the upside. And on the 5-minute, you would actually see that we've already retested that daily R2. We've held above it, and that is my idea. The only way I can take it is if we get a nice pullback on this 30. We don't necessarily even have to come all the way back to that daily R2, because on the 5 we already held above, Chad. So the 5 is the giveaway for me. But I want to see a decent bottom wick. And then the idea is we've got that wick fill as an advantage point. We also have that 30-minute 200 EMA, and then also the 15. Oh, the 15 is below us. So yeah, that's the idea here, Chad. 30-minute. There's your minor structure break. There's that break back into the range. Holding your daily R2. I would be very honest with you guys. If we can get a 30-minute to do like a 15 per pullback, that is going to be absolutely insane. So let's see if we can get that play. 28 seconds.
I'm with you on that, Longs. I would actually, this is going to be a type 3 play for me with a type 2 style execution with an engulfing. So what I want is close above. Next candle to start driving down, grab liquidity, and at the flip of that body, because that wick is so long, I will do the wick fill.
86, 1. But if it closes now and just starts driving up, no trade for me.
Yeah, no trade for me as well.
I need to see a nice, decent bottom wick.
Same.
And that's not a wick for me, chat. I'll miss it. I want to see a decent bottom wick, because you can see all of these candles had decent wicks, except that one didn't even have a wick. But I need to see some type of pullback. I would even say, yeah, for me.
25. Okay, there's the setup that I'm looking for right now, guys. So if we can go ahead, flip this, and I'm looking for entry 25, 87, 85. 85, 85. So there, pretty much just to fill the wick on the left hand side, but obviously 10 is 10.
Alright, Chad, I'm going with my bar stop. I think something came out now. Alrighty, Chad, bar stops 2 pips above this previous or this current 30-minute. I just want to measure quickly here.
Should be that same level as me. I was doing 2 pips.
25, 87, 75.
Yeah, 75. Alrighty.
And then bar stops not active there. And then the idea is for that wick fill. If we just close bearish here, you guys know the drill. We're going to wait for a minor break of structure. Please note that this is not financial advice. Please consult with your financial advisor before making any financial decision. These trades are purely for educational and entertainment purposes only.
Okay, guys, I've got buy stops here as well. 25.87.75.
Okay, there we go. The idea here, 25.90. I'll take full there, Chad. 25.90. That's also the round number for me. And then we've basically moved from half round to round. There's your half round. And then you still have that outside chance of price trading at 25.96 a little bit later, but I'm not going to be greedy. 25.90, that is the session high as well. There we go. Let's really check in on you, Squawk. Okay, nothing yet. Okay. DXY. Okay, DXY is starting to break below that daily key level. 30 minute. Let's check the 15. 15 as well. Still ugly, Chad. Gonna need to see some type of move away from it. US 30 looking like it's trying to hold that previous weekly low. Not out of danger yet, Chad. Not out of danger yet. You got to see it move away, hold above Asia lows. Once it holds above Asia lows, I think that is a good sign that the bulls can start feeding on that. And then NASDAQ, here's your daily pivot. There's your 200. So two zones. I think if NASDAQ can hold above this Asia highs, that is going to be a very bullish sign to the upside. And then gold on the 15 and the 30, both ideas the same. 30 minute, however, much cleaner. 30 minute engulfing, broke back above the daily R2, got a nice wick to fill, closed back inside of this range, which is relatively bullish. So the idea is that we can come all the way back up here to fill out this range. All right, that is the idea. 25.94. Only thing is we're gonna need to flip bullish, but it's still a lot of time. Only 5 minutes of this new 30 was taken to create a bottom wick.
If this 15 closes engulfing to the downside though, that will also be a type 2 setup for me. And that's going to play out my original plan of selling it. So if we're going to close...
Then it's a fake out, yeah.
Yeah, so if we're going to close beneath this level now, that's how I've marked it. I'm telling you now, if this candle is going to close 25, 85, 70, around that level, that's engulfing. The next candle, the flip of that, I'll sell it as well, because that will be a type 2 engulfing.
Yeah, then that's a fake out to the downside again.
But let's wait. Still have my buy stops there because this buys is still very valid. That is just the scenario. Okay. But if this candle does flip now and starts driving, that will be my buy stops activated. Chris is as well. We have the same trade. How big's your stop? I got a
I always go 30 on gold.
23 pip stop on this because I don't want to be in it if it's going to break the lows. If it's going to pull me in, break the lows, I don't want to be in it.
I always go 30 on gold. Purely with the idea, I actually mentioned to the guys, my idea is always knowing that gold trades in a $5 grid. And if I get it very close to a round number or a half round, and if you take the half of that, so let's say 87.50, my idea was always that I give it a little bit more. Let me just show you guys quickly. Wait, let's do this color. So the idea was always that, let's say price starts holding above that level, it's more likely to gravitate towards 25.90 than gravitate back towards 25.80. I'm in chat, got a little bit slip there. but that's fine. Not the worst. What is that? 2 pips. Okay, 2 pips is 2 pips. 2 pips is 2 pips.
Okay, we are in these gold longs. Let's see what happens. Once again, guys, just make sure you are reading that risk disclaimer in the chat. You can also find it in the description.
Chat, this trade for me is a 30-minute trade. The idea is around the 30-minute. This 30-minute can close bearish, and then the next 30 break minor structure to the upside, or this 30 can just drive to the upside. So just letting you guys know, there's that little neckline area, there's the daily R2 that was tested, there is your range that we broke back into. Okay, if this 30 closes bearish back below the daily R2, then this was the fake out. But for me, this entire trade was based off the 30-minute, engulfing all of this, breaking that previous lower high. So that is the idea with this trade. All right, so just letting you guys know. Alrighty. So I don't even mind if this 30 closes bearish, holding above the daily R2. That gives us a minor resistance level. And then what's going to happen, you're going to get a double structure break to the upside, because this is just considered a shift. And then once you get that secondary break, that is your actual market structure break. Alright. But the key level here, daily R2. That is all we need to focus on here. That right there. Just want to show you guys the setup real quick. I feel the chat is a little bit nervy here this morning.
Where is this?
No, so I can feel, I know when the chat gets a little nervy. Chat, are you guys alright? It's just trading. If you manage your risk well, there's nothing for you to stress about. If you follow your plan, if you follow your setup. Okay, so these are the setups. Exclamation Discord, you guys will find it there. So 2 scenarios here. We've got the first one, that is the engulfing, nice engulfing there. And then secondly, we've got that minor structure break there as well. So where you create a low, you fail to go lower, price then starts breaking back above that structure. All right, I don't know if you guys can see that. So yeah, that is the setup here. That minor setup there where we broke back above that previous low high. All right, so just letting you guys know that is the entry setup. Risk management scenario. Yeah, Chad, I wanna say it's gonna be difficult to manage risk here personally for me, purely because of the following reason. This 15 can close bearish, holding above that daily R2, and the next candle can do a bottom wick, then break that structure, and then it's just a continuation play. All right, so trade management is going to be difficult here for me. I'm not going to manage it on the 5 because this trade wasn't taken on the 5 for me personally. But as long as we hold that daily R2 on the 15 and the 30, if I eat a stop here, I eat a stop.
Okay, I'm out. I'm out of that one, chat. Just purely because you are engulfing, and this will be a short idea for me. So that's a 23 pip loss over there.
Are you done now?
Yeah,
For the day?
I'm done for the day. 2 losses, I'm done for the day.
Alrighty, now time to sweat with me, boys. Time to sweat with me.
Sweetie, weedy, weedy. What's it? Zone there? 20. What's your stop?
30, what is that? 25, 84, 658. On the terminal, 25, 84.73 on the dot. Oh no, chat, sorry, stop loss because of that slippage. I'm not going to go more than 30. 25, 84.88. Let me just change it here. 2584.88. Just check it. That is the stop there. Entry got slipped 2587.88. There was my entry. That's slippage. Alright, Chad, that is the trade. 30-minute trade. I'm not going to go to the low time frame to manage this. The idea was based off the 30. If I eat a stop here, I eat the stop. But I'm not going to manage it before this 30 closes. I'm not going to manage it on the 5 as well, because the idea wasn't on the 5. The idea was on the 30. So just got to rough it out here. What I will say is, if this 30 does not close, if we don't get stopped out now, but if this 30 does not close above that daily R2 and it closes somewhere here, I will nuke the trade. That's if I don't get stopped beforehand. So I'm just letting you guys know. If this 30 closes close by then, I can save like 40% of my stop, I will. But if it closes here, pot odds. You're already committed to try and save $100 or $200. Might as well rough it out. But if the 30 closes above here, bearish, perfect. That I like that even more, because then that next 30 is going to give us that structure break to the upside. So this is the only level I'm looking at. Okay. What is the rest of the marketing? Dollar still in the range. US 30. Just check here.
Gold, GJ also just sitting in that range.
Okay, US 30 looking like it wants to, yeah, Chad. Now that first break below that previous weekly low, like I said, Chad, this is a very important level for this entire week, that previous weekly low. I can't really see them just taking it away immediately now, but if they do, keep that level. Nasdaq, trying to hold that daily pivot. Gold, we still in this 30-minute sweating bullets here. Sweating. Little sweatshop here. GBP USD, I don't really like. There's nothing concrete for me to trade from. And then GJ just holding that daily key level. Chad, here's that. Sorry, that's the weekly level. That is that weekly zone we mentioned here. Can't really make it that big. Let's just check here. 8 pips, that's not bad. Sorry Chad, there were like some gaps here and I want to get that entire zone there. Let's just check the 5 quickly. Monthly pivot looking like it wants to hold here. Okay, monthly is holding there. Not something that I...
Probably shouldn't have drank this entire 1.5 liter water bottle.
Do you want to pee again?
Yes, you dude.
Yeah, Chad. The only thing for me on GJ is if you wanna look for longs, 195.50, because that is your 200 EMA. Just look back here. You guys know the power of the 200 EMA. That is also your half round number. So if we are gonna go bullish, check that 195.50. But other than that, 195 below. And then gold, let's just check gold. Gold is ready to hurt the boys. Let's check here. Again, 10 minutes for 10 minutes for this 30-minute close. We'll see where we close in 10 minutes. This trade is definitely not valid if this 30 closes below the daily R2. Then we're going to get that play to the downside. But also, then I'm going to be so emotionally wrecked that I'm not going to take another one. No, Chad, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get emotional. It's purely trading. It's nothing personal. But yeah, I'm more than happy if this 30 closes above. If it closes close by, yeah, I told you guys I'm going to save some dollars. If it closes close by there. Other than that, if it closes somewhere here, I'm just gonna eat that stop. All right. Then that was a very rough start to a Monday. I've seen some emotions over the last few months though, Chris. Kidding. No, Brian. Honestly, we had that chat last week. You can't let the emotions get the better of you. If you're gonna start trading on your emotions, or Chad, that's me. If you're gonna start trading on your emotions, then that's gonna blur your vision. I wouldn't have done anything else on this trade. That trade was for me valid all the way through. So, Chad, here's the two positions. That is $2,200 down on the day. Just want to show you guys. Will I get emotional about it? No. Am I going to try and make it back today? Absolutely not. There's it. 3.5, 30 pip stop. Both on the chin, the one with Miles and then the long there with myself. So yeah, that is the start of the week we are working with. I like the long ideas from this morning. Like I said, trading above the previous daily high. There was that key level we held on the daily. There was your daily R2, but anything now, no, not a fan. This 30-minute was also exactly the same trade criteria we took on Friday and on Thursday afternoon. I think that was, no. So rough start for us, Miles. How do we bounce back from this? Tell the boys, how do we bounce back from this?
Which, yeah. So for that one with me, that's why I must stop there, because that for me would have been a type 2 engulfing. But it's simple as just do the same thing tomorrow again. Nothing changes as long as you're sticking to your plan. For me personally, I know it's guaranteed that I will lose 13% of the time. It's guaranteed. I've guaranteed myself that in my back testing. That's why I'm not phased with the losses. However, 87% of the time, I'm gonna win.
Do we get emotional about these losses?
Normally I just sit in the corner, but I make
Cry
sure
a
I
little
face the wall, and I just scream like, "Mom, mom, mom, mom," and then afterwards I feel better. But nah, guys, really, I'm literally. I think it's two things, because I've been doing it for so long. Number one, number two, the experience, and then three, also because I've tested my strategy for so long. Like, I have zero emotions, so it's just gonna be a normal day. Like, I'll hop off stream and just go do the normal stuff.
Chad, yeah, that is the session for me. Dollar index still within that range. US 30. Like I said, I don't foresee them. I don't foresee them just running it away from here. The ideal thing for them to do, or not them, but the market, is to hold it here. And then when NYSE comes online, then this level will still be very relevant later in the session. Nasdaq, I would say, just watch Asia highs. Watch Asia highs here, Chad. We've got quite a few levels here. It's not the cleanest though. Some heavy levels there. Gold a little bit tricky here this morning, Chad. A little bit tricky. Some nice setups here. Like I said, this 30-minute can still close above there. Still be the right idea for the longs. But I'm not going to partake. Obviously, the edge is not there this morning. The setups don't play out. So you don't keep knocking if the edge is not there. You come back tomorrow. So you don't get emotional about that. And then GJ, like I said, on the 5, if you really want to partake of this, 195. Okay, that's going to be very simple. We held a monthly pivot. This zone here, so only 2 zones that I would say this for me is a no trade range. I would look down there and I would look up here. And the only reason I say this is a no trade range for me, I wouldn't short from here because we held a monthly pivot now. And the longs are there, but I would only short once we're back below the monthly pivot, 195. Miles, any closing remarks?
No, nothing really from my side. Just a normal day. Like a session though, what I do feel like is when markets, just like Chris said, when markets do things like this where it's just choppy and up and down, the best thing to do is just sit out and partake again tomorrow in this.
I dream to wonder it.
Sorry, give me a second there.
Ed, when you've lost as hard as me, $2,200 is just a little meal. It's a little coffee date with the market. Chad, I've said it on the podcast with Top Trader SA as well. I have lost some big figures in the market of my own capital, to the point where psychologically it knocks you heavily. So $2,200 is not it's not money. Once you get to a certain level, there's some bigger demons to fight. But Chad, unfortunately, starting off the week, 2 losses, 2 goes. Not bad losses, I would consider. But it's the session. Please do not get yourselves into trouble for the rest of the session. This is not now the time to try and make it back. First round of the week. We still have 9 rounds left. We're not going to trade our P&L. We're not going to think about making back the pips today. We're just going to follow the same strategy. And at the end of the month, when everything is said and done, that is when it counts. That we close the month positive or negative, and that we follow our plan. So Chad, peace and love, baby. We'll see you guys. Chad, sorry, man. Miles, tomorrow Keegan is going to join you. I'm heading to George, Chad.
Okay.
I've got a meeting there with some very influential people. We're gonna, I don't want to put out too much, but just a very good meeting, little lunch there in George. And then I will be back on Wednesday. Unfortunately, I have to do it on Tuesday because that's when everyone's there. So, Chad, I will see you guys Wednesday. Peace and love, baby. Cheers, cheers.
Chad, see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. God bless.
Cheers, cheers.
Burning the bridge that keeps us here, and I'm feeling exaggerated. That's what you assume. The story's over now. I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live. I want to take it all. day without you in my life. I don't know how to mend. And I was like, eh, 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 eh. Oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 eh. No, oh, no, oh. I was like, eh, 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 eh. Oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 eh. No, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided. I'm blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. I look right at the mirror, wondering if I'll be okay. My head is telling me nothing, it's got nothing left to say. And I was like, eh, 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 eh. Oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 eh. No, oh, no, oh. I was like, eh, 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 eh. Oh, 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 oh. You were like, eh, 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 eh. No, oh, no, oh. Come on, let's rewind till I smile. That look upon your face. My heart is empty and unguided. I'm blind leading chase. Thought I had a plan with you and me. Was the villain of my own dream, breaking me down to my knees. If I changed everything, the way I walk, the way I breathe, will my fate shift into the night? But here I am, same old thing, sinking deep, no ecstasy. Reality haunts the living night. If I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, where you going? Won't be as simple for you. Is it okay if I'm to say I'm catching feelings from all the dealings? Am I astray? What do you say? How are you feeling? Is it the same? I hope you're not planning to waste my time. To my surprise, that was her reply. Now we vibe. It's been a while and such a ride, the stars align. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She loves the fact that I just let her know. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She my do or die, my bona fide. My up when I'm down, she's always beside me. She makes me feel alive, I won't deny. Her love for me is real and kinda suicide-y. She's not the same, she's such a rare type. She's far from plain, at least in my eyes. She said if I cross her, I'll be in the grave or under a type, but yeah, that's still my babe. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. I love the fact I didn't let her go. She loves the fact that I just let her know. Now we're together, it's a different mode. We getting crazy in a different role. We getting crazy in a different role. She loves the fact that I